Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. In my last video, years ago, I explained the process of paper cartridge manufacturing. I gave you a little teaser view of the cartridge box that I designed. This is the full setup here. And why? Well, you'll notice that in a lot of percussion pistol videos, you will see the person's got a big table laid out with a whole bunch of shooting accessories and loose ammunition components and a tub of lube and a spatula and this and that. This system incorporates as much of that as possible right here. So basically you can, if you're close enough to your shooting spot, you can walk out your door. You've got everything you need. So for the Colt Walker here, this belt box carries 40 rounds of ammunition, and I've got a 100 round or 100 shot snail capper and my earplugs and eye protection, and I'm good to go for 40 shots. So I'm just going to go ahead and start loading, and we'll show that process. Going to grab a couple of rounds. Those are the what I call the twist tail or pull tab cartridges. Get close in here. There's one round. There's two rounds. Seat. Got an airplane flying overhead. Yeah, we're near a road. There's going to be traffic noises. Sorry, I'm not out in the wilderness. You'll notice the speed of loading with these cartridges can be quite good compared to using a flask and a separate bag of wads and this and that. And that's what this is all about. It's for expedient carry, expedient loading, and you've got a good amount, a good supply of ammunition. You can always carry my 6-packs as well. I've got a few of these with the load data and everything on it. Notice I'm not trying to be period correct here. There's a nod to that, maybe slight nod to that, but I'm trying to optimize the percussion system. Whatever, it may be silly, but I have fun at it. There's a snail capper. We go to half cock, and we're going hot here. By the way, these are Tresso nipples with Remington number 10 caps, which makes a perfect fit. You don't need a dowel, you don't need to pinch caps. They just go on and they work, and they stay put where they should. So I'm going to leave it on half cock, and we'll go ahead and shoot. I think I'm just going to try to take out some of these jugs right from the get-go. All right, 6 shots, 6 jugs. Oh, there's one left, isn't there? No, that's 6 shots. All right. Nope, I got another shot. Okay, now we're gonna reload. What that's doing, by the way, that gets a little bit of moisture in the fouling, and you can feel it loosen it right up. All right, I'm not going to cap, that's stupid. I'm going to load first. By the way, I'm just going to talk about these cartridges a little bit. This is 40 grains of old Ensford, 196 grain hollow point. It was hollow pointed from 200 grain RCBS semi-wad cutter mold. These bullets have been healed. I have a video on that as well. And it says that they're sized to 450. So when I'm experimenting with ammunition, I put all the load data right there on the cartridge. Also, there is a lube cookie of Gato Feo #1. You can also use SPG, which is a commercial black powder lube. Either one will work equally well. So the cookie consists of a card, a lube disc, and another card. That makes a cookie. And so that's the whole load right there. I index by working the action so that I know that bullet is directly under the rammer each time. That's 4. No, that one doesn't want to come out. I got to work on my cavity there a little bit. Five. 6. Got a shot in there. 6 beautiful hollow points. That rammer is form fitted, by the way, to load those hollow points without distorting them, and it works very well. I really like this setup. I'll show you how to do that sometime. I'm going to cap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, leaving it on half cock. I don't need to futz around trying to find the alignment pin or the safety pin, get it lined up with the hammer slot, dropping the hammer when I have a loaded gun, trying to put it all in safe mode like some of the range rules have. I'm going to leave the thing on half cock. What's going to happen? I can't pull the trigger as long as I'm observing all the other safety rules. Leave the gun on half cock. Sorry, I'm getting getting a rant in there. Okay, let's try to see where our point of aim is. I'm going to go for that lower left diamond. Point of aim, point of impact. Aiming for the bottom of the diamond in this case. There's a minor cap jam. That, I think, is shooting exactly the point of aim. Hold that a little low and right, get low and right. Okay. All right. Cylinder's still spinning nicely. Of course, that was only 12 shots. Let's see our target here. We got 6 rounds. Looks like some of the wads of the lube cookie remnants have been punching holes. So we got 6 shots in what, 1.5? Yeah, 1.5 inches. I wasn't trying to win a match or anything, but just trying to demonstrate that this is exactly where I was aiming, right here. 2 shots, looks like, are right in there out of the 6. So this gun is set up for hunting. I'll talk about that in another video. Right now we're just showing the paper cartridge system and just how smooth it works.
Did you know that it was God the Creator himself who died for your sins? The God who wrote the 10 Commandments and said, "Keep these and you shall live, break these and you shall die," is the same God who said, "You have broken my commandments, but I will pay the price for your transgressions by dying for you because I love you." Amazing, isn't it? Open a Bible today and discover for yourself what Jesus has in store for you.
Alright, we decided to try a 30-yard group. I've never used this bullet before at this distance. Got it shooting the point of aim pretty well at 10 yards. And we try it at 30 and see if it holds up that accuracy. Again, this is a RCBS mold. It's the 200 semi-wad cutter, so they call it the 45-200 SWC. I had it hollow pointed by Eric at Hollow Point Molds, so now it weighs about, what is it, 194 grains, something like that, after it's been hollow pointed. And it's been healed. Again, there's a video for that. And we're just gonna go ahead and try it. So I guess I better load it up again, huh? Just gonna show this process one more time, because that's kind of the subject of the video, is the relative ease, I guess, relative speed, relative efficiency of this paper cartridge system and the cartridge carrying system. So that's 40 grains, a paper card, a lube pill, another paper card, and then the bullet. If you can imagine putting all that together from your loading table with separate containers of components and a flask, yada yada. I mean, if you like that sort of thing, you like to take the time, great, but this is more for a field weapon. Again, I specifically set this gun up for hunting, and you don't want to be messing with that. Or just something you can take out on a camping trip, a bike trip, a hike, and you know, be able to walk to your shooting location. Maybe you got just a long trail you want to take and you want to shoot targets along the way. Again, I'm leaving it on half cock. I'm not going to fiddle fart around trying to lower the hammer for safety reasons. That's just unnecessary handling. Okay, 30-yard shot. See what we can do. My problem is my eyesight. At 64 years old, you'll find that you may be pretty sharp-eyed as a 30-year-old, but it doesn't last forever. Let's see what happens here. I got my fiber optic sight lit up pretty well. Aiming at the bottom of that center diamond this time. And guess what? I just got a reminder I don't have my earplugs in. Typically hunting, I don't wear earplugs either because I want to be able to hear my environment. And if there's a deer, I want to be able to hear him, and be able to discern whether he's in front or behind or to the right or to the left. And if you're taking just one shot, it's not going to wipe out your hearing. Okay. 5 more shots. We'll do a 6-shot group. I got a cap jam already. Yeah. Wait for the smoke to clear. I call that one high and right. Yeah, big old cloud of smoke. It's one thing hunting. I've taken shots at deer before, and then the whole target scene disappears in a big old cloud of smoke for a few seconds. With the pistol, it's not so bad though. You're burning less powder. This is only 40 grains. Okay, I believe that's 6 shots. Getting cap jams here. Come on. Okay, what have I fired so far? 12 shots. No, 18 shots. Cylinder's turning pretty well. What's holding me up are the cap jams. You see me using 2 hands sometimes to cock the piece. I'm going to try some modifications of the frame here later on to make it more like the 60 Army, where you have a cutout there for the caps, the spent caps. I think I'll make another video on that when I get around to it. But all right, let's check out the target. Well, oh boy, I would say that's a thoroughly workable hunting load. 30 yards. You know, did I pull a couple? I did call a high and right. Of course, these are more high and center, so should probably stretch it out to 50 or 100 yards next, but we can't do it out at this range. 30 is all I can get here. But I'd say that's a respectable 30-yard group. What do we got roughly? 1, 2.5 inches. Side to side, we got 1, 2, not quite 3 inches. I would attribute most of that error to me. I would guess that the inherent accuracy of the pistol and the ammunition is probably those 4 shots there. But it'll take more experimentation to find out. You know, 50 yards is really all I want out of a hunting pistol. But if it can do better than that, fine. See, this is one reason why you might want to use modern design pistol bullets. Like I say, this bullet I'm using, the RCBS 45-200 semi-wad cutter, designed for the 45 automatic. But here I'm using it in a Walker percussion pistol, and it's doing wonderfully. I have some designs that were designed from the ground up for a percussion pistol, and they don't do as well as this. So there's trade-offs. You know, I designed the 45 225L for hunting, and it's a, you know, it's a heeled bullet mold design, and it's a compact design. You get a 225 grain bullet in less space than this 200 grain. Now with the hollow point, it's 194 grains. This 194 grain takes up more space than that 225 grain, just because of the bullet design. But this one is shooting more accurately, so I'm pretty pleased. I'm going to do a lot more work with this bullet.
Did you know that when you die you are truly dead? As it's written in Ezekiel 18:20, the soul that sinneth, it shall die. Ecclesiastes 9:5 states, for the living know not that they shall die, but the dead know not anything. All who are now dead are blissfully asleep, but they will not stay that way. One day soon, Jesus Christ will return to this earth and will bring back to life all those who are dead. To discover more about this amazing truth and more, open up a Bible today.
All right, I'm going to try a different load with a different pistol. This is an old Lyman Uberti Remington. I've never fired it before. I put the Tresso nipples in, and it is now loaded with the, what is it? The Hornady Swage 230 grain round nose. It was designed for the 45 ACP. I've healed it in the process I've spoken of already. And it has a mere 23.5 grains of Old Ensford behind it. I'm almost afraid to fire this gun because it's a little sketchy. It's kind of loosey-goosey in here. I said almost. I'm going to go ahead and go for it and hope for the best. Now, some say that you can't use this Ted Cash capper on a Remington without modifying the cylinder, blah blah blah. I've done it for years. Just kind of have to twist the capper back and forth. Sometimes you have to finish seating it with your thumb. I'm not pushing real hard, I'm just getting them on. Again, I'm going to leave it on half cock because why do any other handling? Now I have no idea where this is going to hit because I've never fired this gun myself. So I'm going to aim at the bottom of that center diamond and see if we can even hit the paper. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the diamond, we'll see if it hits the paper at all. Oh, look at that. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches high at about 9 yards. Windage looks good. All right. Not a terrible 3-shot group. Let's go for a water jug. I'm going to have to aim low. Put a hole in it. See the difference between a round nose and a hollow point? Those hollow points, focus in on those jugs there, cameraman. Those were just blown to smithereens with a hollow point with 40. There's a difference in the powder charge. That was 40 grains with a hollow point. This is 23.5 grains with a round nose. Big difference. Okay, try a paper carton, the red and tan one. It's just kind of punching holes in them. There's 6 shots. Well, the gun didn't blow up. Better not have. Only 23.5 grains. But the heavier bullets do create higher pressures. Okay, still working. Groovy. I'm going to try loading some of these cartridges. Same load. Again, it's a modern bullet design for the 45 ACP. Swage soft lead. Yeah. The bullets are sized to 450. Factory says they start out at 452. My measurements are getting around 451 before I size them, but I have sized them down to 450. And this load is about all that can fit in these chambers. So, you know, the length of the bullet is kind of critical to how much powder you can fit in your gun. Oh, I messed that up. I messed that up again. Not paying attention to my standard loading protocol, which is to leave the seated bullet in place and then insert the next one. Index by working the action. Before seating, I can go ahead and stick another one in here. Seat, index, seat. This is what I was doing with the Walker. Leave it alone. Grab a couple here. Notice this cartridge box fits in the same leather outer shell, but for the smaller Army cartridges, there are 5 rows of 10 instead of 4 rows of 10. So you got 50 rounds on board and a couple of 6-packs in your pocket. You got a day's worth of shooting for the average shooter. I usually don't fire more than about 50 rounds when I go out shooting. So these were sized to 450 and then healed using the healing process that I've detailed on this channel. What am I hanging up on here, people? Did I not seat a bullet deep enough? I think that's what happened. Even with just 23.5 grains, you've got to seat them fairly hard. Yeah, there's that one bullet was scraping just a little tiny bit. All that paper hanging out of there, you know what I'm going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. I didn't bring any lube with me, so these are an entirely unlubed cartridge. The first 6 that I fired, I had grease smeared over the top. So I'm just going to fire 6 more and we'll call it a day. Again, yeah, the Remington's a little more fiddly to cap with this Ted Cash snell capper, but it's not bad. It's not a problem at all. Okay, I'm going to go for water targets here. Try the half gallon on the far left and work my way to the right. Just put a hole in it. See if I can hit it again. Yep. Didn't blow it up like the Walker will do. Notice my loading lever dropping. I even hit that. Yeah. Just leaking. Yeah, this revolver is going to need some work, isn't it? That one blew up. Look at that little bitty one there. Just put a hole in it. See what we can do with that water jug or the half gallon. That busted it. Alright. That load works. I'm going to have to work on these sights. I cannot tolerate a gun that does not shoot to point of aim. There's no excuse for it. There's no reason for it. You know, getting off on a tangent. Yeah, if you shoot at the same range, at the same target, you get a feel for where to hold on the target because the gun's going to miss and you hold it way low so it misses that point of aim and hits your bullseye. But if you're in the field, this system is a field system, so you're shooting targets of opportunity, of unknown exact sizes that you don't know the exact distance. You need a gun that shoots to point of aim. If you're going to hunt with it, which is what I set that Walker up for, you have to have a gun that shoots where it aims. And so it's well worth it to spend the time to replace a front sight, do whatever needs to be done. So anyhow, I'm pretty happy with these results so far. We'll call it a day. Thanks a lot for joining us. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you will. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.